Okay, so welcome everyone to today's virtual retreat. It's good to have you here. I hope you can hear me because I can't see anything.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So Village Vibes, a virtual retreat for community catalyst. So here are housekeeping rules for today. Raise your hand if you want to speak. Mute your microphone when you are not speaking, and feel free to drop messages in the chat box at any time. And this call is for everyone. Feel free to share your ideas or thoughts at any point you want to speak. So for today's icebreaker, I'll put it in the chat as well. What is your go-to strategy for re-energizing yourself when community work gets tough? Yeah, I'll put it in the chat too shortly. So you can put your answer in the chat. Yeah.
Thank you, Anne. Please put your answers in the chat if you want. You can also unmute yourself and talk. We're not a large number today. It's a little bit more strategic so that we can kick back and relax. 2 days ago was the International Day of Care. If anyone got my email, you would see what we talked about in the email. Every time, be it civil society leaders, community support workers, people who basically look after other people and support communities, be it the head of the house in a smaller narrow escape, be it the women's leader, be it the NGO that is working to support a community. People who support other people hardly look after themselves. There is the whole we have to do this because you feel like if you're not doing it, no one else is going to do it, or if you're not doing it, people that you support will suffer or will struggle. So once a year, the United Nations said, all care workers, people who support other people, it's time to celebrate you. It's also time for you to reflect on your well-being. What is your go-to strategy for energizing yourself when community work gets tough? Godfrey says swimming or a road trip to the countryside. I like that. My own, I like to sleep, just lie down, tune off digital devices, tune off everything, and just lie down and sleep. That's my own goal, to just sleep. And this is not nighttime sleep that we're talking about, daytime sleep. Just relax, you know. Ame says sleeping and watching movies. Very relaxing, very relaxing. I don't know about people, but I like all of those small, short, very funny series on YouTube, all those very short skits, because dancing, damn, we know that we agree with you, we know.
But
What?
but where does Dam dance? I'm worried.
Now, where do you dance?
Because I know.
Tell us where you dance.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, interesting. In Benin, in one place, I dance with young children who have age between 2 years, 3 years. We dance together, amazing dance with me and Yusuf and
Okay.
Kayla and the entire community.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really nice. Yusuf says he likes to walk along the coast at sunrise or sunset. I like that too. Idris tries to play football. Dr. Hadiza takes a 30-minute walk to reflect on why she needs to continue with what she's doing despite the stresses. Michael says he puts on music and starts to reflect on some of the encouraging words that people often say to him. I like that. That's really nice. That's really nice. Please continue to put in the chat Oh, Rachel says for her, just lying in bed, listening to good music and watching a good romance movie. Ah, I like it. I really like that too. I really like that. I really like that. Please continue to put in the chat what you do to re-energize yourself when you need to, like take a step back and breathe. Like I said, this call was designed around that, taking a step back, breathing, thinking through what you've been doing, the work you've been doing, thinking about yourself, just you. How can I relax? How can I re-energize myself? How can I bring myself back to this thing that I like to do? Well, today we're playing community games, Lafia community games. We hope that after playing this set of games, that you will learn something, we will learn something, we'll teach each other one thing or the other, and also that you can use some of these games in the work that you do in your office, with the communities that you serve, and also in your other types of virtual calls that you do. The first set of games are wisdom cards. Before I hand over to Godfrey for these wisdom cards, I'm going to explain what these wisdom cards are. We asked our community, our Lafia community, and we said, give us proverbs from the places that you come from, or from proverbs that you align with, so that we can use it to design a game. The essence of this game, the rules of this game is very simple. It's a communal game. In communal games, there are no winners, there are no losers. Everybody works together for the answers. So, instructions for wisdom cards. Before I hand over to Godfrey, let me share my screen so that we can start. Just a minute. Yep. I'm about to share my screen. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can someone make a sound? Because I can't see.
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. So this is the instruction. We're going to show a card. Before I hand over to Godfrey, I will show a card. Godfrey will tell you, what to do. He'll ask you questions based on what you see on the screen. They're going to be proverbs. He'll read it out, then he will ask you however he chooses to run it. It's his game, and it's up to him. But there are bonus points if you can name the country that it comes from. There's Expo on it anyway, and a similar proverb that you know. Over to you, Godfrey. I need to find how to mute myself. Godfrey, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Nana. I know someone is helping me from the background. So as Nana said, so you will just have the opportunity to look at the proverb, and then also we will have to have a discussion around that. And as Nana said, there are bonus points if you can name the country it comes from and a similar proverb, I know some of us here are really professional on that, yeah? So we start with the first one. Health is wealth. What is the meaning of this proverb? What does it say? What does it stand for? That is the first question. Please just open your mic because we are sharing screen, so it might be hard to see if people are holding their hands, raising their hands. So maybe health is wealth. What does it mean to you? Michael?
Yeah, thank you very much. So for me, I see this one as like your physical.
Michael, are you there? Or is it?
Well-being and your mental state is more important. You can get the chance to do so many things. And if you are mentally okay, then you still have the hope to achieve so many things.
Aha, thank you, Michael. As Nana said, there's no yes or no. And then welcome to all of us who are joining.
Because it takes
Michael, are you still talking? Because we can't hear you well. Michael?
Are you hearing me now?
Now we
Hello?
can.
Can
We
you hear me?
lost you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry for that. So, health is what? For me, I see this proverb as like, I can interpret it this way. Health is what simply means like, it has to look at your physical well-being and your mental state. So, your physical well-being and your mental state is more important than any other thing, including money. So, if you are physically okay, that gives you the mandate like to work on so many activities. And if you're in the right mental state, you can make a very good decision that will earn you money. So health is what?
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I've seen Natalia.
Yeah, thanks, Godfrey. I never knew which language this proverb came from, but around the late 1990s and the early 2000s, in Nigeria and elsewhere, this statement became quite popular, and it was used so much by health workers, especially around the time of HIV and AIDS. So it was easy to remember. The message it always sends across is, it's better to spend all you can on your health and keep healthy than keep the money and go sick or die away. So it's a proverb that teaches about the value of health, mental health, physical health, emotional health, and just staying healthy all round. That's the meaning that comes across anytime I say it.
Thank you very much, Natalia. Maybe Nana will let us know where it came from. But also, I just want to emphasize on what Natalia just said. There's a new word that has come out about values. In the last 6 years, being a trainer at Toaston, one of the values that have come up several times in the seminars that we've had in Senegal, in different countries where we've stepped down and even done orientation, is health. Yeah, health. Even when we do this new exercise called the personal value, I know some of us here have not done it. One of the things that everyone always yearns for is health. So as I just wanted to emphasize, when Natalia talked about values, and then on the picture we can see Africa. In Africa, one of the values that I've realized that people uphold the most is health. And that is why sometimes people are very cautious when you share with them. When you talk about health, they can come together because it also aligned with other values like togetherness, hard work. You cannot work hard if you're not healthy. So I just wanted to emphasize that. So now the last question is, who can tell us where this proverb originated from? And Nana will give us the answer. Who can tell us, where do you think? You can even guess. Remember, no yes, no correct or wrong answer. But if you get it right, you'll get a bonus. Ami is saying Nigeria. Someone else? Senegal, that is Dam. Someone else? Health.
Okay, so I'm going to give the
South
answer.
Africa.
South
Ethiopia.
Africa, Ethiopia.
Nigeria. Nigeria too, twice. So Nana, let us know.
Everybody is Mali. Woo!
Mali.
Okay. Everybody is correct because this is one proverb that nearly every tribe in Africa has in a different language. So everyone is correct. That is America.
Sierra Leone.
Okay, so I'm moving on to the next one for Godfrey.
Thank you. Okay, here is the next one. And I see Kenyan flag. Okay. Peace is costly, but it is worth the expense. What does it mean? And maybe I've seen Kenyans here. Maybe Kenyans can tell us. I see a Kenyan flag. Tony, I've seen you here. I think you can relate to this. Peace is costly, but it is worth the expense. How do you interpret this? What does it mean? You know, Tony, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, Godfrey, and the rest of the listeners. I think it means that, like the freedom fighters, for example, in our countries, yes, we know that we lost a lot of our forefathers, but the freedom that we enjoy today cannot be compared to the number of the forefathers that we lost. So I think it simply means that sometimes it's worth fighting for a good cause, though it comes with some expenses along the way or some collateral damage. That's what I think.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. Yeah, someone else who has an interpretation? Peace is costly. It is worth the expense. And we also have peace building experts here, like Nathaniel. You can let us know why is the quote saying peace is costly? Ame, you can continue as Nathaniel is opening his microphone.
Okay, great. I'll wait for her.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So peace is costly, because we've seen how wars can send people into refugees. You lose everything. You lose everything, and you have to start all over. And starting all over is not easy. But when you have peace, whether what you have built something, you are building, but when the war comes in, the war comes all of a sudden and you lose everything. But to start building all over again in that peace, it takes time. So it's better you maintain the peace because it's worth the expense than to destroy it with the war and have to rebuild over, because it will be 3 times, 4 times, 100 times more expensive to build over.
Thank you, Ame. Nathaniel?
Thank you very much, Godfrey. I think it is, I can talk about it and talk about the origin, or I can just talk about what it means.
What it means and the origin, so that we wrap it up. Yeah.
Okay. As a matter of fact, the first time I heard this statement so consistently was during my study days in Kenya. And I heard about it. I think there was somebody who said there's a way they put it in Kikuyu. I can't remember how it was said, but I heard it so many times during my, and then during the Arab Boy times, something Mangaleo. He would always speak and something Mangaleo. But I think the lesson that from the angle of peace building that I have learned, and everyone involved in the peace building, peace and security sector learns, is that, if you calculate the amount of investment, I mean, how much countries, societies invest in putting together armory, all kinds of weapons in order to make sure they avoid aggression from other countries or they can defend themselves against aggressors. The spendings for security and in order to keep themselves safe is far more than how much they spend on food, on nutrition, on those things that matter more. So it costs a lot for a country, a society to stay safe. And at the personal level, it also costs so much to remain at peace with the people around you, because one thing you're going to face every 1 or 2 people you meet is somebody is going to hurt you, somebody is going to say something offensive, somebody is going to say something belittling, but you have to stay on and maintain peace. It's costly to do this. So both at the personal level, at the community level, at the national and international level, it costs a lot to stay at peace and stay friendly.
Thank you. And actually, you've said the origin. Nana, can you validate if Nathaniel is getting?
So it is Kikuyu, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Kikuyu proverb.
Kikuyu.
Kikuyu proverb in Kenya. The flags are the expo. If people are more direct, then that's it. And everyone was correct in the interpretations. Well done. And we move on to the next.
Thank you, Nana. Next. Aha, I see a flag here. Neighbors are relatives. Oh my God. This is powerful. Who wants to help us interpret this? I will start calling names. Yeah, so that everyone feels engaged. Maybe I will go to who here? Adiza, we haven't heard your voice. Hey, Prof, say something. Is Prof there?
Yeah, Madam Juliana has her hand up.
Okay, oh, Madam Juliana, welcome. Say something as we wait for Prof.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good day, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Sorry I came in late. I was doing something else. I'm sorry for coming late. So these proverb, neighbors, relatives, it has to do with the communal nature of Africa and communal nature of our living, that we look at each other as brothers. You know, in Africa, a child belongs to the community, so anybody can correct them correctly. And I remember in those days, when a child was going to school, it was a duty of the community to contribute. People were expected to contribute. Until date, there are some farms, you know, when there's during the farming season, people all go there, whether they're invited or not. If they are working on somebody's farm, for example, everybody just goes there, whether they're invited or not, and then they all work there. So this is a key aspect of the communal living of our lives in Africa. So that is it. This is the short contribution I have.
Thank you, Juliana.
Yep.
That is amazing. Idris, as we went to Prof, I don't know if Prof is with us. Idris and then Prof.
Thank you, Godfrey. Excuse me. I actually agree with Madam Juliana. We have such a collectivistic nature of living in Africa, especially Nigeria, and everyone is in everyone's business, kind of, even to the extent of family level. So you have neighbors who know what's going on in your life, who are able to help you when you need help, and who you also help when they need the same. So yes, I totally agree with Madam Juliana's answer. Thank you, Godfrey.
Thank you very much, Idris. Thank
Yeah.
you.
If I can come in,
okay.
Yeah,
Kumar?
I'm on the line, please. Can I speak?
Yes.
I'm Kumar from Ghana.
Kumar, welcome.
It sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good to hear all these nice things being said about this. Well, it resonates well with me, looking at the spirit of Ubuntu, which is becoming very big. But I want to look at the other side. We are collectives in Africa, but with changes in the world now, in our societies, as soon as we move from our villages to the cities, it's another ball game. I live at an estate where we are all strangers. We live in flats, but things are changing. Everybody minds his own business. So it's really bringing down that spirit of Ubuntu. There are neighbors who they don't say hello to their neighbors. I can speak of a situation whereby another neighbor's whole house was pillaged. Things stolen from the house because the neighbor thought the other guy was moving out. But thieves rather came and packed up things, broad daylight. So there's something good in saying hello to your relations. Your neighbors, they are really your relations. Thank you. We have to work on this. We're copying other lifestyles as we move to urban areas. Thank you.
Thank you, Kumar. That is amazing. That is something very, very, very relational well-being reinforces people living together.
Yeah, so I wanted to share practical examples. Now, when we're doing this work, it's always good to relate it to where we live, our families and everything. So I live in a community, a very small community where we know each other. Now, my family is in Togo. I'm living in Morovia. My family is in Togo. I fell pregnant and my family wasn't there. It was only my husband, and my husband was a completely lost, didn't know what to do. But it was the community members who were there with me when I was in labor and going to give birth. They took care of me. They did everything. They came, they slept with me, they bathed me, they did everything, not my family. So the first people who are always there for you is actually your neighbor. And that's why I understood that the church and all those things, I don't know the people in the church, I go Sunday, but I don't know them. When I need people, it's my neighbors. And that's how I understood that actually my commitment should first be to my family and my community. That's the importance of the community. I guess that's what this proverb is all about.
No, that is true. That is true. Let me tell you, Ame, as you've shared, that is true. Even myself, I've learned one thing. You know, you can have blood relatives, but I want to tell you, neighbors, oh my God, when my mom passed on, my neighbors and our friends were active more than even blood relatives. So I totally agree with you. And where you stay, but also I agree with what Kumar said. Most of these amazing values are eroding, and that is really, really worrying a lot of people because of immigration. We are borrowing new values that were not really African values. It's not bad, but it's also important to understand that some of the African values were really key. And that is why these conversations around values and collectivist, and also appreciating our collectivism society, our collectivist society, as Idris said, is very critical. And this is a huge conversation. Maybe, I don't know, Nana, if you can organize a session about this, and maybe Molly, because Molly is really, really, experienced about this. Without being 50 years in Africa, she can organize for us a call around this so that people can appreciate the importance of us being a collectivist society and why this is key in supporting us to achieve a sustainable well-being. Because once you move to the city, sometimes people suffer because you cannot sustain the life in the city alone. But in the village, people coexist and people survive. Even when you're broke, you will just find a way. But in the city, when you're broke, my friend, it's hard. You get yourself in big, big problems. So thank you, Nana. You can move on next because this is really key. I don't want to go deep into it.
Okay, we're going to the next proverb. Yeah. Oh, this was supposed to be one hand. Sorry, editing errors. One hand.
Oh, sorry. So one hand cannot pick up a stone. So forget about the one hand is missing. One hand cannot.
Sorry, Godfrey.
Oh, one finger. Sorry. I know this.
That's what they said. One finger.
We know this.
One finger.
One finger. Is it one hand or one finger?
And one finger.
One finger cannot pick up a stone. And I will pick someone. Mariam, you haven't spoken and you just arrived.
No, I have been around. Good afternoon, everyone.
Welcome, Mariam.
Thank you so much. I think this particular one, this phrase is talking about working together as a team. You alone cannot achieve it. We need everybody to come together to be able to reach where we are with our destination. That's just what we are saying. One finger cannot lift a stone. That's to say an individual cannot make it. Everybody must be, everybody must be involved. So to show the importance of being together as a community or as a people living in a place. That's the way I look at it. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. It also emphasizes collective efforts. Thank you, Rachel. I don't know if there's anyone who also wants to add something. We have Fatumata, we have Sise from Mali. What do you say?
Yusuf
Please,
has
feel
his
free.
hand up.
Oh, Yusuf.
Yeah, thank you. It's interesting that the quote, the first version of the quote was hand, and it made me think about the hand actually, and look at my hand, and I see that each of the fingers has a different characteristics and qualities, and different strengths. And so, you know, to pick up a stone, we would need, it would not suffice to have the strength of just one finger, but we would actually need to bring together, you know, different strengths, our different strengths to pick up the stone. And it makes me think about the collective challenges that we face, and, you know, of course, come together to address them collectively.
Wow, thank you, Yusuf, for that good insight. Maybe someone else last? And who can guess the country? Someone else? Someone who can guess the country? We have Fatumata. We have Sise. I'm just picking people randomly. We have Damn Gay. You love this word, damn, I know. We have Paul from Uganda. I'm just getting randomly people who have not spoken before.
And if you have similar proverbs, we would like to hear them.
Yeah, if you have a similar proverb, maybe in another language, please just mention it.
Yeah, or put it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Cisse doesn't speak English, but people,
Yeah.
please speak French. We have translators here. Please.
This is Paul.
Yeah, oh, Paul, and then Cisse can speak French. Paul, go on, and then Cisse can.
Yes, Paul from Uganda, and this proverb is, you know, reflected differently in Ugandan communities, and it all points to one thing, which is teamwork and not working in isolation and not doing things as an individual, but rather as a community, as a group, and always to embrace the power of numbers. I don't know if I have a Ugandan colleague on the call, but in different languages it is said differently, but relating to the same thing. I think in central Uganda, mostly we talk about. I feel like saying it the way it is said. Agali awamuge gata a gumba. Like if you come together, that's the only way you can crush a bone, which actually relates to this other one here. I don't want to guess the country, but I know in Uganda it is a very common saying in almost all languages.
Thank you. Thank you. Cisse, you can just talk French. We have Yusuf can translate. We have Ame. We have Anne. So feel free. So language should not be a limit. Just talk. They will translate for us or summarize for us. Cisse. Oui.
Bon, bonjour. Donc, Godfrey dit que tu peux parler en français et on va interpréter. Est-ce que tu comprends le proverbe?
Vous pouvez reprendre pour moi. Quelle est la question?
Il dit que tu peux partager. Donc, le proverbe, c'est un seul doigt ne peut pas porter un caillou. Comment
Oui.
est-ce que toi tu comprends ça?
Ok, déjà, ça veut dire que c'est l'union qui fait la force. Quel qu'en soit le bord au niveau du social, nous devons être en bloc, c'est-à-dire s'unir pour que nous puissions faire face aux défis que nous rencontrons quotidiennement dans notre vie.
Okay, super. So Sise is saying that the proverb means that unity is strength. So we need to work collectively together to be able to tackle the issues that we are facing.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, maybe Nana, we can go to the next one.
Yep, let's go to the next.
Hello?
Godfrey, can you see it? We've moved.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. My internet
Okay.
became Wahala.
I can read it out. The chameleon takes on the color of the plant that it is holding.
Thank you. So now here also as well, who can help us interpret, and even if you can guess the country, you see the flag. Yeah. So the floor is open now. And please feel free. Now they're in both English and French. Language should not limit you. Nathaniel?
Yeah, I think this teaches the importance of adaptation. That, you know, like the Romans would say, you do in Rome as when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans. So I think this proverb teaches the importance of adaptation, that you're able to adapt to every environment that you go to. That's my thought.
Thank you, Natalia. Someone else? Yeah, so as Nathaniel said, it's about adaptation. What do you think?
Godfrey?
I don't want to harass anyone else again. Now I'm allowing democracy. Damn.
Yes. Thank you, Godfrey. I think is a good proverb because it's from Gambia. And the meaning is if you see a wood, for example, a wood in a sea, he will never transform in a crocodile. For me, it is very important to maintain your own values and to be adaptable when you travel somewhere. You can use the same thing you see, but if it is a good thing, you can maintain it and keep going. So my idea is that you need to be flexible. Where you go, don't judge people. Try to work with them and keep your own values. Don't change it. Yeah, is my understanding about this proverb.
Amazing. Thank you, Dam. That is very important. Yeah, you have to also listen because it is important. Sometimes we get into new environment and we assume we are the ones who know everything. And that sometimes limits communities or people's capacity to open up. So listening is also a very key element that I think Dam is also talking about there. And the Dam, as I said, is coming from Gambia. Next.
Okay, this is the last proverb.
Okay.
So, yes, we're going into the storytelling. But before, thank you so much, Godfrey. Thank you very much for this storytelling using proverbs. Thank you so much. This is the last for in the proverb series. I want to ask us, I want to use 2 or 3 minutes to ask us, what did we think of this? And can you relate it to all the things that you've been learning and practicing? You see that some of the practices are rooted in the local language. And yes, the last proverb came from the Gambia. So thank you so much, Godfrey. Before we move into the next phase, what do you think about this, our short interactive game session? Any thoughts? I'll take 1 or 2 feedback, responses. Any thoughts? Yes, Amy, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think the exercise reminds us that we have a lot of positive things in our African context, especially proverbs, and we can use those proverbs to strengthen our understanding of issues, or reflect on what do we really want, on the positive things that we want to bring. I came here to I'm in Morocco, and I was attending the African Philanthropy Forum conference. And I saw that some people were really using the African proverb to explain how philanthropy, we have always been giving in Africa. It's not like we are always begging for funding, but giving is part of our culture. And people are using it, and the importance of coming together. So I kept on saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together, for example. So it's important now we come back to our values in Africa and think about all those proverbs, those things in our culture that reinforces some of the messages, the values. So thank you for the exercise.
Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you. That was very helpful. Nathaniel?
Thanks a lot, Nana. I think typically in many Nigerian languages, I guess I could say African languages, hardly does one make a few sentences without introducing a proverb. Because the beauty of proverbs is that it introduces cultural understanding to the issue. And it's a very simple way to say in very few words, use a proverb, and you are taking people to a cultural understanding of the issue that would ordinarily require you to tell a long story for people to understand. I studied in the East, where every sentence, the eastern part of Nigeria, every time somebody uses 3 sentences, you're going to hear a proverb. And sometimes to understand a proverb very well, you need to understand where it started, what it meant, the context. So it's a very beautiful way of communicating. We are using fewer and less of that in official conversations, but I noticed that once we get back to the informal conversations, we start using a lot of proverbs. It's very refreshing. Let me say, I found this really refreshing today, having to reflect on proverbs. And thank you for this session.
Thank you very much. Anyone who has any other comments? Anyone? Any comments? Okay, so we have one more exercise left. We actually had 2 more, but because of time, and we always like to keep to time, we have one more exercise left. So I'm going to share my screen again. What we're doing is, it's called Scenes of Progress. Every time that we share things or we show things, there's always, let me give you an example. I live in Sweden, and there's a small local grocery store here. And on the calendar are students and doctors, giving students vaccinations. And these are Kenyan students, kids in school uniform and all of that. And the pictures are unusual. They're happy. And if you flip the page, you see other hardworking people, Black people, Africans, supporting and helping the white doctors who were, there was a lot of community, there was a lot of support. The stories were smiley faces. It was unlike the usual stories of poverty, sadness that we see. Those pictures were very, very inspiring, and people could relate. Sometimes people ask me, and I say, well, I'm not Kenyan, but I can tell you a few things about Kenya. And whenever they talk about Kenya, they talk about it in a very positive, in a very glowing way. So it tells you that pictures tell a story. So we're going to do a little storytelling. We're going to show you some scenes, some pictures that we call scenes of progress. And you can do the action beside that picture, or you can tell us something, do the thing that the picture says you should do. Are you all ready? Are we ready? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So imagine holding a handful of joy, like laughter, amazing stories from across West Africa, like your beautiful stories, reflection on maybe when you were a kid and you used to go to the stream. And you were not, it's not that you were going to the stream because you're poor, but you enjoy the community of the people that you go to the stream with, or you enjoy eating together with your cousins, with your friends. That type of imagery is what we want you to have in your head. And this is exactly what you have with these cards. Each card is like a portal. Don't look at it with your regular eyes. Look at it with your storytelling, beautiful times, and let's gist. Okay, so do the action beside the image in the cards as a team. This is what we're doing. Together, we're going to discuss. Okay, 30 seconds. I'm the timekeeper. I will tell you the time starts now when it starts, right? Okay. In 30 seconds, name ways, and you can use the chat or just call out the ways or mute yourself and call out the ways. In 30 seconds, I'm setting my timer. Name ways communities can access water.
Rainfall.
In 30 seconds.
Rain.
Okay.
Waterfall.
Okay. Yes.
Waterfalls.
River.
Yes.
Well, water.
Creeks.
Yes.
Water
7.
harvesting.
Yes. 11, 7, 6, 5, 4, and time is up.
Carport.
The time is up. How many answers did we
Twins.
get? And how many answers? Okay, time's up. Time's up. Next picture. Are you ready? In 60 seconds, look at this picture very well. Look at this picture very well. We all know market days. We all know what it's like. In 60 seconds, name things you can find in this market. In 60 seconds, and the time starts now.
Household products like soap, Vaseline, and Omo, this man sells.
I see somebody resembling Hajia Abubakar in the picture.
Men and women.
Men and women. Yes, men and women. Yes.
Lapin.
I see a book.
The lapin.
Yes.
Sand.
Sand. Okay.
Small boy, children.
I see a trader.
Children, yes. Traders, yes. Wheelbarrow.
Anna must go back. Anna must go back.
Women.
Anna must go, yes. Anna must go back. Yes. Okay.
Well, I see a trader using a small vehicle to meet his
3, 2,
customers.
1. Time's up.
Wheelbarrow.
Time's up.
Yeah.
Time's up. Time's up. Okay. Are you ready for the next
Call it.
picture? Okay, next picture. Here we go. What's your story? If you look at a picture of these beautiful kids, what story do you have? Who has encountered this? What's your story? Someone should, 2 people need to volunteer to tell a story in 2 minutes. This is time.
Those who haven't talked
for
yet.
Michael.
Yeah, so for me, seeing this picture, it reflects on the time like when we often see WFP coming with their vehicles, like their van with food for us in school. So we often give them the joy. We smile like this and welcoming them.
Oh, way to go. And he told that story in less than 1 minute. Who's going next? Who goes next?
Mariam.
Mariam, Haja, go ahead.
Children happily receiving a visitor with sweet or a beautiful gift.
That is very good. And she told her story in less than 1 minute. One more person to go and we move to the next image. Idris, go ahead.
So this reminds me of boarding school, and this is a picture that depicts how all of us in my class feel when we see our parents arrive on visiting day.
Yes, visiting days. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what it reminds me of. Okay, we're moving to the next image. Are we ready? All right.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. What's your story? Anyone who hasn't gone before? What's your story?
Compassion for the aged.
Okay, what is the story? Compassion for?
The aged.
For the aged. Yes. Nice. Next person.
That in a community, there are aged people, there are people who also care for them.
Nice. Hajia says women taking care of an aged person. Okay. All right. That's good. Next picture is coming up. Are you ready? Think about it carefully. Are you ready? Okay. Here we go. In 3 minutes, this is the longest time. In 3 minutes, what? Listen very carefully. Local, you can call it in your local language. What local musical instruments can you name? What local musical instruments can you name? And we have 3 minutes. And the time
Ganga.
is now.
Balafon.
In my
Bande.
language,
Bande.
What?
Engoma.
Yes?
Tam tam.
Yes?
Akwai ganga a Hausa.
Aha!
Basin.
Aha!
I saw the women were tapping the, yeah.
Is it tam-tam in French?
Udu. That's our own. Yes, I see the different names of drum. Ilu. Yes. Keep going. Orutu. Okay. I'm learning new things.
Dondo.
Dondo Nga. Okay. Ganga. Ichak. Aha. Sabe Imende. Okay. Tabala. Okay. Kucha. Okay. Any more? Time's almost up. Okay. All right. We did that within time. Next image. Are we ready for the next image? And we go. Name. Now we're going a little modern. Name things you can do with a phone as a community worker. You know, every time we say, oh, I don't have a laptop, I don't have a computer, I don't have this. And some of us are first line responders and doing different things in communities. What are 3 things? Or what are different things, not 3 things? What are the different things you can do with a phone as a community worker? You have 3 minutes. Time starts now. Yes, pictures, online surveys, send a message, communication. Oh, yes, submit reports. Yes, coordinate community mobilization. Yes. Any more?
Chat with my friends.
Chat with your friends. Yes.
Well,
create awareness.
One can ask a farmer.
Yes, calculate. Yes, very important. Yes, Kobo collect survey. Yes, community online group send reporting. Yes, Zoom meetings. Yes.
Listen to music.
Listen to exactly. It's not only just work. You listen to music. Build a social change movement. Yes, take pictures. Yes. Yes.
Alarm.
Alarm. Thank you, because you have to wake up on time. Alarms. See? Check on people. Exactly. Promote my work, entertain myself. Yes. Watch a movie. Attend Village Vibes. Yes.
Send mobile money.
Mobile, very important. Very important. M-Pesa. All of those things helped me a lot. Protect your friend. Yes. Do video calls with distant families. Yes. Very important. Very important. Take an important decision. Yes. So immortalize community moments with videos. Yes. I still have the videos from Commande. I still have those videos. See? Yes. Use WhatsApp.
Talk to
Yeah.
my mom and my sisters.
Exactly. See? Very important. And I use it to check out my mother's outfit for the day when she dresses up, so you can hype her. Buy food, very important. Creative discussion with local community, yes. Online trainings, yes, yes. See all the things that you can do with a phone. And most times we don't remember when we do all of these seminars, webinars, we forget, that the order a taxi. Yes, very important. Record of activities. Yes, extremely important. Okay, we're moving on to the next. Okay, next image. Share one piece of wisdom a leader might offer that helps unity and well-being. And this is our last image. I want one piece of advice from everyone. This is our last image. One piece of wisdom a leader might offer that helps unity and well-being. Over to you all. Yes, Nathaniel?
There's this story of the broom. Very often I have seen elderly men and women say, bring that broom. And they give you and say, hold the broom, cut it. They give you one stick and say, cut it. It's very easy to cut. Then they give you the whole broom and say, cut. And you discover the broom is so resilient. And it teaches, it's ancient wisdom that teaches the value of togetherness.
That is very important.
There is
In
strength
Igbo
in
language,
unity.
we strength in unity. In Igbo, we say Igwebuike, which is
exactly.
Strength in unity.
Yes.
Who else?
Exactly.
Who is going? Kuma, Hajia Mariam,
I'm,
Abubakar. Who's going
I'm
next?
saying there's strength in unity. There is
Yes.
strength in unity. Simply.
Strength in unity. Equal delegation. Encouragement for teamwork. If you don't want to talk, you can use the chat. Who else is giving us one piece of wisdom that helps unity and well-being?
Everybody's opinion matters.
Everybody's opinion matters. Look out for each other. Working together works. Good.
Solidarity is the key to success.
Solidarity is the key to success. Good. Good, good, good. There is power in dialogue. There's power in dialogue. There's power in dialogue. United we stand. United we stand. We seem to have a little time for the last game. Together we can achieve. I love all of these quotes. These are really, really, really. I'm going to do something with all of the things we've done here today, and I'll send it to everyone. We have one more, divided we fall. Trust, very important, trust, because you have to trust. When I was young, there was this advert they always did on the TV. So the thing about the father putting the child on top of a roof and saying jump, and the child is like, but I can't jump, I'm afraid. I said, just jump. because I'm here. Just jump. And then the son jumped and then fell into the father's hand. And the next time the child was on the roof and the father said jump, it didn't even bother. It's the thing about trusting the people that provide safety for you, and your team will provide safety for you. Okay, we have one more game. This last game, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this last game. One day I went out, like I mentioned, I live in a different place. I live outside the continent. So one day I went out and they were playing Nigerian music in a store. And that's the only reason I entered the store. And they were playing Nigerian music. I walked into the store. Then I started, hearing all of the drum sounds, different. It felt like home. I stayed in the store. It was a cafe, a store that had a cafe. So I stayed in the cafe. I spent my entire day working from the cafe just because of those comforting sounds that I heard. So now we're sharing what we call sounds of progress, right? The idea is for you to guess in 30 seconds. If you listen to the sound, you will guess what sound that is. So let me see if it's something that you can do. Okay, we're pulling out our sounds of progress. It was quite a bit here. Good. Okay, so I'm going to play 2 or 3 sounds, and you just guess. You just tell me what sound that you're hearing. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. All right. Okay, are we ready? If you notice the sounds are not labeled, just sound 1. Only me can tell you if you got it right. Let me know if you can hear it. If you can hear it, tell me. If you're not hearing it, let me know so that we can adjust. Did you hear the sound?
Yes.
Yes.
What sound was that? Time sound.
Call to prayer.
Yes.
Call to
Yes.
prayer.
Yes. 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 What does the sound remind you of when you hear it and you're not at home?
It's time to pray. Prayer time. It's time to pray.
Good. Very good. Second sound. Tell me when you start hearing it.
Motor park.
This one is motor park. On the road, they are calling you to come and enter bus.
Yes.
OCOG. That sounds like OCOG.
Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. Okay. Random sound. Let's see.
Highway.
Pay your money.
This one is Lagos Ibadan.
Highway.
Well, very close to it. Very close. Very close. Very, very close. Okay. Next sound. Let's see.
This one is a cultural display, traditional cultural display.
Aha! What does
In
it remind you of?
a community setting where we are celebrating maybe festive period, and you visit your community.
Exactly. Exactly. And does it remind you of the welcome session at Tostan?
Yes,
Tostan.
Yes, first dance. That welcoming dance by Tostan staff.
Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly that type of sound.
And even the closing ceremony, that one that they used to come at the community, all of them at Tostan to celebrate for us the last day, the last night.
Exactly. So that's the sound of celebration. It's the sound of community dance. It's the sound of happiness. It's the sound of progress. So we're closing today with that sound of progress, with the sound celebrating a new life. So it's a sound of celebration. It's a sound of progress. It's a sound of joy. It's a sound of happiness. And it's also a sound that gives me comfort. If I'm not at home and I hear these African related sounds, it provides some familiarity. It makes me feel safe. Sometimes the sounds that we hear make us feel safe. Sometimes the sounds that we associate with safety is different. And it's important that we think about this as we go into communities. It's important that we think about this as we do our work, because sometimes sound is a place of safety for a lot of people. When we started and we asked you about what you do when you want to re-strategize and take time to breathe, a lot of us said listen to music. It's because you want something calming, you want something relaxing, you want something that puts you at ease. So I want to say thank you for playing our game today. Thank you so much. And I hope that you were able to relax a little and learn some things without us giving you slides for you to read. I hope that we were able to learn a few things from people. I hope that we would continue to engage with each other and continue to support each other in the work that we do. I also want to take this opportunity to say, please continue to reach out to me, even if it's to share opportunities, to request for opportunities, to share lessons. If you have webinars that you're organizing as an organization, tell me so that we can tell everyone, so we can all support you, so we can learn. Because we all learn through these things and collaborate with each other. We have learned that there's unity in strength. And if you want to go far, you go with people. So please continue to collaborate, continue to support each other. And I hope that you would be in our next community call. The next community call is going to be the last call for the year. It's going to be bigger. We will push for more participation, and it's going to be in French and in English. But the primary language for the next call is going to be in French, just so that I tell everyone ahead of time. The primary language is going to be French. There'll be English translation. So I hope that you all continue to celebrate each other and also to collaborate. Can we take pictures today? Do you have anything you want to share with us? Is there something you want to tell us that you didn't tell us? Please feel free to unmute your microphone and talk.
Yeah.
Maybe Nana. Oh, sorry. I don't know if somebody was talking.
No, go ahead, John.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted the team to know that one of us, who is also a member of the Lafayette, Fatuma and Thelma, they have organized a step-down seminar in Zanzibar, and I am going to support them to facilitate the seminar. So we encourage you to do that. We supported them to be able to convince their donors, included in the budget, and now they're doing it. So this is just to encourage you to know that this community of practice is really helpful, and yeah, and the discussions will be around the Tostan model and also social norms, around child protection and gender-based violence. So I just wanted to let you know about those good news that sometimes you don't share, but yeah, cool.
Yes.
Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, so thank you very much. This session was really nice. I learned a lot, and it was really interesting, reflecting on our past and how we can build up the bond to do our works more. So for me, like, I'm not part of the whole group, but I've been following up with every sessions. Like, I've been doing some follow-ups, receiving emails and using the tools to see how I can integrate it in my works. So that's all I want to say. And I want to thank for the amazing work that we are all doing. And I encourage us to keep it going.
Thank you so much, Michael. It's always refreshing to see you at the calls. Thank you. And thank you for always participating. Hajiya Hadiza, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's so nice and refreshing to be here today. I just want to share with you what I am working on. I have been made an assistant dean student affairs, and the student representative council election was made recently. So I am working to see that I get a sponsorship to carry out some training using the Tostan model for the newly elected leaders, so that they will know how to move the community to lead their own development. And I'm working on that now.
Congratulations, Prof. We can hear you. Congratulations. Congratulations. And we are always happy to support. Thank you for always sharing with us. Congratulations. Any other great news? Any lessons? Anything anyone wants to say?
And then my community, and then my community, where I am working with a community here behind ABU, they recently got a support of about $500,000 to make furniture for the classes. Tomorrow, the last batch will be delivered by God's grace. So we are working at that.
Wow.
They also got donation of the United States of America. And I have gotten a volunteer. One of my PG students has volunteered to go and teach the students how to read those books.
Wow.
Once in a week, every Friday, tomorrow.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot. Well done. Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well done.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
It's so nice. It's so nice to hear these things. Hi, dear.
I'm so sorry. I'm so busy these days. How are you people?
We're fine. I wanted to say I've not heard your voice.
Last week, indeed, my work in Katsina, currently we are able to reach 38,000 girls who the World Bank collaborating with Katsina government has agreed to sponsor. So I have just conducted training for the mentors and recruited the girls. And then indeed, I am doing this meeting in a car because we are in Gombe State. We have UNFPA sponsored Adolescent Girls Initiative Project that we have 2,500 girls. So we are doing community dialogue. And last week, I was able to facilitate a session for the Oasis. I don't know if you know Oasis Initiative, who agreed to sponsor 1,700 girls for us.
Wow.
To be able to write SSCE, WAEC, and NECO and get admission into tertiary institutions. So I was made to facilitate a session on human rights, because the girls don't even know that is their right to go to school and is their right to do this, to do that, but also responsibility for them to be able to make sure that this right has been put in place. So, but because of this journey, the session is supposed to be 2 days, 2 Fridays. So I did one last week and I told them to keep the pictures. By next week, Friday, I'm going to facilitate the last session, which I will share the stories and the pictures, inshallah, with the community. Thank you. I'm so busy. I've been so going up and down Katsina, Gombe, Gombe.
We have a story gathering session that we haven't held, me and you. So I would have more patience. So
Inshallah. Thank you so much.
a message for you in the chat because we are looking for you. So
me?
Yes, look at that.
I will look at it. Thank you so much.
And also, Nana, not only Mariam, maybe anyone from northern Nigeria. We have a US student through the President Carter Center who wants to interview Tosan alumni who are working in northern Nigeria to understand what are some of the issues around child marriage and how can it be addressed. And you never know. You never know.
Oh,
so
yes,
you never know.
Godfrey.
Yeah.
If the person can call, we talk, because we just submitted a proposal to Gates last week. They want to, we had one project on delayed child marriage sponsored by Ford Foundation, Pathways Choice. So we want to follow up. They have another sponsorship to follow up on that. And the issue is on child marriage in northern Nigeria. So maybe when we talk with the person, I will send you my email address, then we'll communicate. Thank you.
Super. Just send me an email or send and copy Nana. Yeah,
okay.
So that I will introduce both of you, because yeah, I want the same stories also Nana to capture, because she's really interested in understanding the context and seeing how, how can he also support, how can he be part of it? Yeah.
Thank you very much. And also to mention, please reach out to us and share your stories. At the end of the year, we're curating a COP story. Anne and I will reach out to you to share with you. We'll reach out individually to share with you the format is going to take and how we can curate your stories into that report. The essence of it is that we also help in publicizing your stories. We also help in reaching our partners with the stories that you're sharing with us. We're hoping that you'll be able to share with us, and we can curate and compile all of your stories in a way that it's easy to retell. Thank you very much for today. I appreciate all your patience. Can we take a picture, please, before everybody drops off? Picture, please. Picture. Photo session. Photo. Please. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Tunde, it's been a long time. Yes, please. Fatmata, I think Hajia is in transit. Okay, let me grab the people I see. Cheese. Okay. Let me take a second one. Just hold on, cheese. Cheese well. Yes. Good. I have the picture. Good. Good. Our comms team is helping curate all our calls in a place that we can all rewatch them and re-listen to them, especially all the learnings that we did. I've had a lot of requests for the last session that Godfrey did, like a lot of requests. I think if I count, maybe over 40. So we're going to put that together so that you all can listen to it again and again as often as you want. Thank you so much for today. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much, and stay safe.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well done, Lana. That was wonderfully facilitated. I enjoyed every bit of it. Thank you. Thank you.
You should have put some music to finish.
I know, right? I should have put some nice music.
Yeah.
That's a lesson for next time. I'll put some nice music and then we will dance.
All right. Have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Enjoy your time in Morocco.
Bye.
All the best. All the best.
Bye.